Hello, friends. Yesterday we discussed some answer writing tips for philosophy optional, and I also gave a question. And I told that tomorrow I will be giving the model answer for this. Now, today I'm here with model answer of that question, and we'll continue this whole process of daily one question and model answer till October end. And as I told earlier also, by October end, we will be able to cover about 200 probable questions along with the model answers, which will be very useful for UPSC 25 exam. So let us start with model answer for yesterday's question. See, the yesterday question was critically examine Plato's theory of ideas. How does it resolve the problem of universals? Now, this is a question from first chapter of Western philosophy, dealing with Plato and Aristotle. And Plato's theory of ideas or theory of forms is very, very important. So, on that basis, this question and 300 words, how it has to be answered. This an example, because yesterday we have already seen the writing tips. What are the things we should contain in a ideal or model answer? So let us examine how this whole thing has been answered here. Now, in first paragraph, if you see, the Plato's theory of forms has been uh, described. In fact, first two paragraphs basically, what is actually theory of forms and how it is solving the problem of universals, because there are two parts basically. So first part is you have to uh, state the theory of forms, how it resolves the problem of universals, and then critically examine the whole concept. So as we know, the students who have already studied Plato, most of you might have already done it, because in my philosophy class I have already taken Plato and Aristotle, and Western philosophy I have completed. Now I'm Indian philosophy I am coming up. So this already you might be knowing. See, Plato's theory of ideas or forms is articulated in his uh, books or the dialogues, which Plato's dialogues are in the books called Republic, Phaedo, and Parmenides. So uh, these books he uh, posits or explains theory of ideas or theory of forms. Now, what is theory of forms is described here. A transcendental realm of perfect, eternal, and immutable forms such as beauty, justice, circularity. These are examples basically. Particulars in empirical world are imperfect copies of these forms. Now, mimesis is written. This is a Greek word. So, yesterday also I told if you are able to quote the original Greek words, if you remember, please do that, because Greek words or even Sanskrit words, when you are dealing with Indian philosophy, that is going to fetch you better marks. And you have to also quote the philosophers, his article or his books, etc., in which the whole idea is described. So if you are able to do that, definitely you are going to fetch better marks. So basically, particulars are empirical word are in the empirical world are imperfect copies of these forms. For example, so you have to give example also and explain. So same thing is done here. A rose is beautiful because it participates. Again, a Greek word is used, methesix, in the universal form of beauty. So this is along with example what is theory of idea or forms is explained here. Now this theory offers a realist solution to the problem of universal. Now second part of the question we are coming. So first paragraph, what is Plato's theory of forms, along with examples we have explained. In second paragraph, how this theory offers uh, a solution to problem of universals is explained. See, for Plato, universals, that is forms, for universals, ideas, forms are one and same thing for Plato, exists independently of things for Plato, and their participation explains the resemblance among particulars. Knowledge is possible only of these unchanging forms accessed through reason, not sensory perception. So for Plato, there is no sensory. I mean, these forms cannot be known, or ideas cannot be known through experience or through perception, sensory perception. This has to be known through mind or through reason. So this is Plato is basically rationalist, idealist philosopher. So he clearly tells that these unchanging forms can be assessed through reason only. Now, so basically, in first paragraph, if you see, we have explained the theory of forms or theory of ideas. Second, how it is resolving the problem of universals. Uh, Now we'll come to critical evaluation, because critical evaluation is very important part of any answer you write. And as I told yesterday also, in critical evaluation, you have to, from their own stream, who are the critiques, then Indian philosophy, what is the parallels can be drawn from Indian, and then modern science and technology, what are the criticisms or parallels can be drawn. All these things you need to explain. So, for example, criticism and comparative evaluation. Now, Aristotle, his disciple himself has criticized it. He rejected Plato's dualism and proposed eminent realism, holding that universals exist in things as formal causes. And Aristotle, replacing the Plato's theory of forms, he introduced the concept of hylomorphism. That is, both matter and form or idea exist together, so they are not separate, as enunciated by Plato. So this hylomorphism states that form and matter exist together. This explains unity of form and matter. So this is criticism from Aristotle. Then Aristotle has given another criticism, that is third man argument. That is, its infinite regress is there as far as Plato's idea is concerned, because if both the form and particular share a common feature, a third form is required to explain their similarity, and so on. So this is what Aristotle's another argument, that it leads to infinite regress, and therefore this is invalid. Then third criticism is the notion of participation itself, because what Plato says, that the form of, for example, beauty participates in, let us say, rose as a particular, and then therefore rose is beautiful. So participation notion itself is vague, lacking explanatory precision. So this is again a problem in Plato's theory. Now, Indian philosophy, what are the comparisons we can draw? For example, Nyaya school, Nyaya Vaisesik school, accepts Samanya as real, eternal. And Akshpad Gautam is one of the exponents of the Nyaya philosophy. So here, Samanya or universal is accepted as a real, eternal, and inherent in particulars. So this is similar to Aristotle, and this is against the Plato's concept. Then for Buddhism, Nagarjuna, he explains or he denies, or Buddhism as such denies any fixed essence, and they have given that universals as a conceptual constructs aligning with nominalism. So basically, they partly tend to agree with Plato. Then for Mimamsa school, Kumaril Bhatt is another Mimamsa philosopher, defends Swatah Praman, that is a realist view of categories akin to Plato's ontological commitment. So if we see, I mean, comparisons with Indian philosophy, we do find comparisons in Mimamsa, in Nyaya, in Buddhism, and some support Plato and some are against that. So that also we need to mention. Then what modern science and logic says, this is again important thing. See, mathematical Platonists like Roger Penrose asserts that uh, abstract entities, for example, numbers, geometric forms, have real existence. So this is partly agreeing with Plato's theory of forms. Yet empirical science generally adopts instrumentalist or nominalist position, treating universals as mind-dependent generalizations and not as metaphysical reality. So, if you see, Plato has accepted forms as metaphysical reality, but modern science or empirical science treats it as a mind-dependent construct or mind-dependent generalization, and not as a metaphysical reality. So this is the view from modern science. Now, as a conclusion, we have to write the whole essence of whole thing. That is, Plato's theory offers a pioneering metaphysical and epistemological framework to resolve the problem of universals, while later thinkers exposed its limitations. Now, limitations also we have discussed. It laid the foundation for enduring debates in Western and Indian philosophy and its influence on even modern science and logic. So, I mean, as we know, Plato and Aristotle have been very, very important philosophers in Western philosophy. They have influenced the philosophical ideas and thoughts throughout the world. So that also we need to mention. So basically, this is a summing up conclusion, or you can say the what are the importance of Plato's theory of forms. All these things can be we can write. So with this, we complete this 300-word answer as far as Plato's theory of forms and its association with universals is concerned, and we have critically evaluated this. Now, for tomorrow, I am giving one question. Uh, this is the question for tomorrow. Discuss the common characteristics of orthodox and heterodox schools of Indian philosophy. This is 300-word question, 20 marks question, because all questions here we will be dealing 300 words question. And I request the students and candidates, please think over while you're making your own notes. Adaptability should be there, because suppose 300-word question, what we are preparing, comes for 150 words, or maybe 15 marks question, 225 or 250. So you should be able to reduce, you should be able to expand as well as reduce depending on the necessity. So this is very, very important. So this question, discuss the common characteristics of orthodox and heterodox schools of Indian philosophy, is obviously from Indian philosophy. And this model answer we will discuss tomorrow. And as I told earlier, uh, see, what I will be doing is daily, uh, one question I will be giving, which will be, for example, yesterday it was Western philosophy we have discussed today. Today I am giving Indian philosophy question. Tomorrow I will give philosophy of religion, and then next day socio-political philosophy, and again we will come to Western Indian philosophy of religion, socio-political. So all the four sections we will be covering in circulation or in a rotation, so that no topic or no part is remains untouched. So this is what we are going to do in up to October end. And as I told earlier, we will be covering about 200 questions in total, 100 from each paper, which will be quite important questions, obviously, and we will be giving you the model answers also. So with this, I complete today's video. Thank you for watching, and thank